Samuel Adams beer commercial. The ad asks, why name a beer after Samuel Adams? It quotes the Declaration of Independence, but omits a portion that references God. To tell us more about those ramifications, on Morning Wood is marketing and advertising expert Jeremy Jobe. Jeremy, welcome to Morning Wood.
Thank you for having me.
So our buzz question is about that. It's, are you offended that Sam Adams took the creator out of the Declaration of Independence commercial? And it's actually sort of mixed. What has been the way that Samuel Adams is finding out about this?
Well, obviously social media has exploded over this. You've got both people on both sides of the argument. I think it probably will end up being a wash where they lose certain customers, they're going to gain others. So I don't think it's the end of the world.
Interesting stuff, though, about the comments that we're getting. Some people are particularly passionate about this issue, that it's the Declaration of Independence and it's absolutely sacred. What do you tell clients about using these sort of references?
Well, I got to tell you, when it comes to my clients, I'm looking to tell them the truth, and it's not always what they want to hear. If I were sitting in that boardroom looking at that ad for the first time, I think I would have asked them to get back to the basics. Really, what they know best is selling beer, and leave the politics out of it.
So not to reference the Declaration of Independence at all?
No, I don't think I would have mentioned it from that angle. I mean, that's a good part of this, why they did it, and the fact that they did highlight a lot of the attributes that they work to hold within their company. But I think by making a direct association to the founding documents of our country, they probably stepped over a lot.
Let's take just a quick break now and listen to that 30-second commercial that's causing so much controversy.
I named a beer after Samuel Adams because Samuel Adams signed the Declaration of Independence. He believed there was a better way to live. All men are created equal. They are endowed with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Smooth, flavorful. We bow to no kings. Samuel Adams, Boston Lager. Declare your independence.
Interesting, though, and Jeremy, we use our pride in our country, for lack of a better term, an awful lot in advertising, though.
We do. But I mean, it plays to the audience. We're a very proud nation, so it makes perfect sense for companies to want to use that. We also have to think about the fact that they were following the guidelines and bylaws set forth by their self-regulatory body. I think that at this point, if we start really pushing too hard on those self-regulatory organizations, I think we're starting to tread dangerously close to federal regulation, which is something I don't think any of us want.
Jeremy, was this a lawyer thing?
Very well could have been. I couldn't say that it was a lawyer thing. I think most importantly, they were looking to follow the guidelines of the spirit.
Well, I guess the guidelines. Explain the guidelines a little closer, because I guess what I'm trying to understand is the guidelines say that you can't mention religion or God, or can you explain that exactly?
Well, actually, the guidelines go into great detail. You're not allowed to associate your product with Santa Claus, with cartoon characters, with irresponsible drinking or graphic nudity, and religion and religious themes are also something that they frown upon. But I mean, I think like so many industries, having that self-regulatory body does set a standard for the industry.
Jeremy, do they have anything to worry about here, or do you think that this controversy right now is just going to blow over?
Like so many other controversies, I think this one will blow over. I mean, we're a very forgiving country, we're a very forgiving society, should I say, when it comes to our advertisers. So, I think this will blow over in the end.
Is it possible, Jeremy, that they actually did this on purpose?
Quite possible, but I'm not sure. I would not want to be the person to say that, hey, let's stick a finger in the eyes of every patriot out there. So I can't say that they took that particular angle. Quite frankly, I don't think that they saw the offense that a lot of people are seeing, that a lot of people are experiencing.
Well, and that's the rub that's getting all the buzz at Facebook.com/Wood Radio. He is marketing and advertising expert Jeremy Jobe. Thanks for your insight this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I think then that's the question at 616-774-2424. Justin, good to go to the conspiracy theory, though.
Well, I don't necessarily mean conspiracy, but I just mean that
I don't disagree with you.
You're going to talk about, marketing. We just had an expert on. Well, clearly, if you're going to do if you're going to market to your customers, you're going to do something. You're going to try and read their mind. You're going to try and zero in on exactly what they want. You're not going to try and do something that would offend them. So,
and this clearly has offended a lot of people.
And so whoever was and I'm not bashing Jeremy by any means.
No. But
whoever was in charge of this should clearly be fired and be run out of town, because they don't know their audience. And the audience that drinks the Sam Adams beer is probably going to be an audience that identifies with the name Sam Adams, probably going to be an audience that identifies with patriotism. Well, they were using patriotism to sell the beer.
It's made in Boston.
So,
right?
Yeah, it's like they could have taken the flag out, set it on fire during the commercial, and said, well, we're celebrating our freedom to do this because we have the freedom to to burn the flag, and set the dang thing on fire. So it's a dumb move. Unless they tried to do it on purpose, because the weird, sick thing that I think about this is that, hey, guess what? Now we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been talking about, what's the guy's name? Jim, the brewmaster at Sam Adams, the guy that owns the company.
Jim something.
Hey, this is Jim, and this nice guy. Every time he comes out on the commercial, I want to buy a beer from him. And he talks about how they brew their beer and all that.
And their Carhartts are so clean.
Yeah.
They're in my Carhartts.
That's what you know.
Well, terrible.
Well, that's what you also notice about the presidential candidates when they walk around in their Carhartts when they're stumping too. It's like, I don't trust a guy with a clean Carhartt.
Here's my thing with this. I get that there's this governing body that says, no, you don't want to tie anything controversial or conversation starting with your brand. But it's the Declaration of Independence. Had they put the creator in there, people went, oh, you're making it religious. Well, no, we're not. We're just absolutely fully quoting the document that sets our country apart from every other country in the world.
All right, we go to Craig.
An issue there.
Welcome to Morning Wood. You think Sam Adams is a genius? Oh, got the wrong button.
At the moment, it's fantastic.
I'm sorry. Say the whole thing again. I had the wrong button pushed.
That's okay. I think the marketing campaign right now is just genius. We got his name all over the internet. It's all over the news. I think the guy's just incredible job.
That was my point by saying, is it possible that they did it on purpose? However, these things can backfire. That whole idea and thought that any publicity is good publicity, it just isn't true anymore, because
I understand.
People are so sensitive, and the internet, really, with Facebook and Twitter, social media, has really created this you could judge whether good, bad, or the other, but listen, created a really empowered individual to think, I can complain about everything, and it really, in my opinion, always matters. We've made somebodies out of nobodies, and I kind of think that's a good thing, actually.
Craig, does it sway you one way or the other?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Did you drink Sam Adams before this?
No, I didn't, but I'll tell you what, I sort of will take a chance on it now.
Interesting.
All right, Craig, we appreciate you taking the time to call. I'm going to keep it local. That's one of the people that mentioned on Facebook.com/WoodRadio. Stick with your Brewery Vivant and your founders and your hideout. And what am I missing? New Holland Brewery in Holland.
Your favorite one?
Creator of Dragon's Milk.
Gotta love the Saugatuck guys.
Oh, absolutely. Schmitty actually made beer there.
I was with her. She's a Brewster.
I am.
You were with her. That's right. She made the beer too.
Dual IPA.
What's that process like? Is it enlightening?
Empowering.
Empowering.
It's really kind of cool to see what goes into the beer.
Yeah.
And what the process of. Is a lot of the stuff we see now. I mean, I think you might agree too, as we totally get sidetracked and off track here. But
beer will do that.
Yeah, but the cool thing is like when you go to the store and get something, you don't know how it got there. You have no idea.
It's like growing a garden.
Yeah, it's really kind of interesting to see what goes into the entire
only
thing.
vegetables don't give you as nice of a nap as beer does.
So the beer that you guys made, if you were to market it, would you keep the creator?
Look, if you're going to use a Declaration of Independence, you use the whole thing. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, don't pick and choose the little pieces here and there. I mean, if you can't use it, why don't you do a piece on explaining we wanted to use the Declaration of Independence here, however we couldn't because they said we couldn't use this word in at the same time as celebrating and talking about our beer. I think now they got some explaining to do. Now they have to go out and apologize and spend more money on trying to clean up their image.
They're looking a lot like the red coats to me.
Oh, Schmitty.
Yeah, these are traitors. But I tell you what is interesting. The same federal government that was founded with these principles in the Declaration of Independence is gone so out of control, Steve, that we have these ridiculous regulations on companies like whether or not you can put the word God in the product commercial or not, that are choking these companies and the private citizens. And I think that's ridiculous.
Oh, there it is.
And we'll have Justin have the last word on that. Morning Wood continues. It's 9:19 on News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.